Welcome to ResiBrands. What started with a college dropout, a single paintbrush, and $12 has become a powerhouse group of home service companies. That one painter led the way, becoming the fastest growing painting company in the industry. We expanded with Garage Up, delivering expertly designed garage solutions. Then with Pink's Window Services, offering spotless window and exterior cleaning. And most recently, Action Exteriors, specializing in roofing, siding, gutter, and window construction, as well as Monty's Handyman services, providing dependable home maintenance and repairs. These brands embody ResiBrands, continuously setting a higher standard in the home service industry, and we're only getting started. We're not just service providers. We're here to empower entrepreneurs to realize their dreams and build successful businesses in the home service industry. At ResiBrands, we're dedicated to building futures through franchising. We provide entrepreneurs with the support, training, and tools to succeed in the home service industry. With each new franchise, we open doors to exciting opportunities, giving franchisees the chance to shape their success in a booming industry full of potential. So join us on this exciting adventure at ResiBrands, where we're building a community of ambitious entrepreneurs ready to elevate the trades in the entire home service industry. If you're ready to embrace a future full of potential, look no further. Join the Shiver and be part of shaping the future of home services.
Yes, happy New Year, elite entrepreneurs and empire builders, man. I am so excited about today, man. I got a real special guest for you today. It's going to be, there could not be a better way to kick off the year here in Fran Opps Live. So I'm genuinely more excited than you will ever possibly know for today's interview. It's going to be a good one. In fact, all of this month, we just have some incredible guests coming on here to share their story, to talk about their brand, and to share the opportunity with you guys, elite entrepreneurs, and to share what they have to invite you into, to be a part of, to continue to work on building your own empires for you and your family and your future. And that's really what this is all about for us. We've had an incredible 2024. We've been able to help multiple entrepreneurs franchise their future. That's our whole hope. That's our whole focus. And that's what we want to do this coming year as well. People all over the nation. We even helped one individual in Canada be able to franchise his future as well, all from just inside this group. And so today is going to be a great way to kick off your year. If you've kind of come into this year with these resolutions or thoughts or goals of, like, whether it's personal or especially professional goals of, I want to get something going, I want to get moving in the right direction, get some momentum set on achieving these things that I've had on the back burner, that I've had these thoughts and these visions of a future life that I want, and you want to start chasing those things, it's a very, very real possibility, but you have to pull the trigger, and that can start today. And we're going to talk about that with one of the greatest opportunities in the franchising world that you've ever seen. I promise you, it's going to be a good one. We also got some big announcements coming the rest of this month, so stay tuned as we're going to continue to share some things about Fran Opps and kind of where we're heading as well, and some different changes coming, which is pretty exciting. And so excited for a good 2025. But we're kicking off the year right now with ResiBrands. They were founded actually just in 2022. And it started with that one painter who is now the #1 largest painting franchise in the country. It's incredible. They also have a couple other brands like Garage Up that they formed, is now the first of its kind total renovation brand. It's going to be, it's huge already. It's going to continue to grow rapidly as it already is. We're going to share a little bit more about those and some other brands they have. They actually have this vision for 10 plus brands, and they're going to keep growing as they've continued to see success. It's game changing. So I'm excited to share this story. They've got a lot of, you've probably seen them all over the place. Maybe you've seen some of their awards they've received over the last couple of years. The top 100 game changer of 2023, according to Franchise Dictionary. They've also, FBA awarded them this kind of emerging brand and franchise of the year award. That's incredible. FranServe awarded them a superhero brand of 2023. It just, like, the list goes on and on. They have developed partnership after partnership, one with they've brought on as a ResiBrand official mentor, the one and only leadership guru, John Maxwell. They also have a really new co-owner brought on. Maybe you've heard the name Cody Sanchez. It's incredible. And maybe you've seen their endorsement from Kevin O'Leary. I don't know. Mr. Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful himself. It's exciting stuff. And so, and today I have the pleasure of bringing on the CEO of this incredible brand. I actually got to meet him back in August. I was able to come out to their headquarters. They flew us out to their headquarters in Austin, Texas, which is incredible, by the way. They're brand new headquarters at the time. And I actually got to meet Steven, our guest today. He started That One Painter himself back in 2011. We're going to share a little bit about that story because it's pretty incredible. He's founded multiple businesses since then. He's got such a heart for people with the multiple nonprofit endeavors, but his greatest award, I'm sure he would tell you, greatest recognition, greatest accomplishment has been he's a father of 4, and just you're going to see an incredible dude with an incredible story. I'm so pumped to talk to him today inside this group. Drop your questions, drop your comments in the chat, because I want to get those asked live. That's the beauty of doing this live. This exclusive for you elites out there. You're not going to get this anywhere else. And so without further ado, it's time to welcome in our special guest, Steven Montgomery.
Here at ResiBrands, we help entrepreneurs build legacy businesses in the home service space. At Resi Creative, everything is in-house. We believe that the more responsibility we have, the better we can serve our franchisees directly. ResiBrands is the entrepreneurial mastermind behind the world's best home service brands. We want to develop brands that make our franchisees successful and make our customers happy. We are experts in franchise development and brand creation. At ResiBrands, we create, we connect, and we inspire. With ResiBrands, you get a full in-house support and coaching team to help you out on a day-to-day and even week-to-week basis. You also get a full in-house marketing team covering everything from content and social media all the way to ad management. In addition, we also have an in-house scheduling team through Resi Connect. ResiBrands all began with That One Painter, which launched in June of 2021, and in only 18 months grew to 53 territories. We believe in giving back, and through That One Painter, we have our Paint It Forward program, which gives back both locally and globally. Locally, we paint a house every year for a family in need in each of our locations. And globally, we give back through our nonprofit. Garage Up is our newest brand here at ResiBrands. Garage Up is the nation's first total garage renovation franchise, with everything from garage doors, epoxy floors, shelving, and a whole lot more. And just like That One Painter, Garage Up has an Elevate program, where we're going to locally support families with garage repairs and a new garage door. With all of our ResiBrands, we want to make sure to say thank you to each of the communities that we service and help those in need. When you purchase a franchise with ResiBrands, you don't just purchase an emblem or buy into a brand. You join a community of franchisees and a full business support system that is here to uplift and support you and your success with Resi.
Incredible. Steven,
What's up,
welcome, man. Welcome to the greatest group in the metaverse, man. I'm excited you're here.
The metaverse. I love that.
It's what it is, right? It's the world.
It is the greatest group. It's a group about building some legacy businesses through franchising. I love that.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I'm so pumped to have you on and share about your story in ResiBrands. And it's nuts to even see like how quickly you guys are growing. Mm-hmm. Like that incredible video we just shared is already out of date.
Super out of date.
It's nuts. And we'll get into that a little bit too. But yeah, man, I'm so genuinely excited for you. And what a way to kick off the year too, sharing this story. You know, when I first came out to HQ, I was blown away by ResiBrands and what has been formed. And largely, I mean, obviously you're at the head of it, you're the CEO, but of course, so much of that is a testament to just the team and the people surrounding it. And I'm excited to unpack that. To unpack that with you today. So absolutely. Let's dive in, man. I want to hear, first of all, how it started, because I've seen some stuff online of like, it's a pretty incredible story of you and how you got into franchising and business ownership as a whole. So correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't go to school for this, right? You don't have an MBA in this, like unpack your story for us a little bit.
Yeah, no, I originally was going to school for Bible college when I was out of high school. And in high school, I had painted a little bit for my dad when he had ran a painting company for about a year. Okay. And he quit doing it so I was like my freshman year of high school, I used to paint with him like on the weekends and whatnot. Wow. And then he quit doing it. I went to a Bible college in California And my mom became a realtor at that time, and they had moved to Texas. So I started coming out to Texas on the school breaks, and my mom was a real estate agent. And so I grabbed my dad's old painting equipment and I started painting for her clients and for other real estate agents that she knew. And I started making pretty good money, and I'd make enough money that I didn't have to work while I was at school. Because I'd make, $3,000, $5,000 in a couple of weeks and have that money to take with me for the semester. And so ultimately I ended up dropping out, got married and started my own painting company. And I just had this drive to do something for myself and be free. And painting was an easy way for me to accomplish that, because I was sort of good at painting. Like even at that time, I was not like a rock star painter. Like I didn't know anything about business, and I would say I was an average or maybe even below average painter. And so, but I had the confidence to figure it out.
Well, you have to be good if you're going to put a whole bunch of paintbrushes on your wall.
I'm a decent painter now. I became really good over the years, but it's and for me, it just is a piece of like who I am. Is I'm a blue collar guy at heart. I like working with my hands. I mean, obviously the company's grown and all that, but I always tell everyone that ResiBrands is a boots on the ground organization up. So we think of everything as what's great for the guys who are actually doing the work today. Like the guys that are cleaning the windows, painting the houses, fixing the garage doors, what's good for them. And if it's good for them, it'll be great for the customers. If it's great for the customers, it'll be great for us. Yeah. But we are a boots on the ground organization up.
Man, I love that. So you started that one painter back in 2011, grew that over the next decade or so, right? And then, but how do you get into, where did Resi come from? How did you just all of a sudden in 2022 decide to launch a franchisor?
Yeah. So what happened was, I spent a decade building my original That One Painter location here in Austin, Texas. So from 2011 to 2021, I had been focused on building my company here in Austin, Texas. It became one of the largest companies here in Texas during that decade. But I mean, it's a decade worth of foundation, because like a lot of people,
it's incredible.
They look at Resi's growth. It's been phenomenal the last couple of years. But the truth is that was built on a decade of me running one company for 10 straight years without giving up. So I tell people all the time, I burned all the pancakes so you don't have to, right? Like I made all the mistakes. You get the nice fluffy ones.
Right.
Like,
which is the perk of getting into franchising. There's so many franchisors that are cool opportunities, but if you look at like their background or their history, some get into it just to sell franchises. There's not years and years of experience. Therefore, and what that means is there's not usually a well-developed system and support and playbook that's been proven over time. But that's not the case with Resi.
Yeah. And so we started franchising That One Painter in mid 2021. And at the time, my goal was 20 franchisees. Yeah. That was it. And it was like 2-3 months after franchising, we were at like 7 franchisees signed. And I was like, well, that goal of 20 is too small. So we set a bigger goal, which ended up leading us to thinking also about other brands. And so we launched ResiBrands to kind of be the parent company of That One Painter, and launched Garage Up, our second concept, and started a location and grew that, and then started franchising. And then we partnered with Pinks, brought them in, and then now we've got some more brands. And so just kind of developed. I mean, I think if I'm being honest, how early we were in franchising with That One Painter to then also announce ResiBrands and that we were going to do more brands, it was probably audacious and early. And I know that like traditional advice would have said like, well, what are you doing? Like you're 6 months in the franchise. 1 step at a time. You're like, you're going to do multiple brands now. And so I think it probably was at least at an appearance level early, but what it allowed us to do is to think bigger. It allowed us to dream bigger. And so it's gone pretty well.
I would say so. Yeah, absolutely. And now you have all this different language surrounding it too. And Anthony, I see your question in there. I want to get that right to Steven too, but we'll come back to that. But I also see something that you guys use this language of the shiver. Can you tell me what in the world is that about?
Yeah. So we were in a staff meeting once, and I was like, all right, guys, I love the Shark Tank, but I want us all to be sharks, and I want us to help our franchisees become sharks and eat up their market.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're a herd of sharks. And then I looked at one of the guys on my team, and I was like, what do you call a group of sharks? And so we're in the middle of a staff meeting. He's like, it's called a shiver. And I was like, from now on, shiver.
I like that.
And we send chills down the spine of our competitors. And,
there you go. I love it.
So it just kind of became like lingo of the mindset that we have of we're ultra competitive, we're hungry, we go after it. I tell franchisees now on calls, and my team does that, like, look, if you're not looking to build the largest painting company or the largest window cleaning company in your city, there's no need to schedule another call. You're not a good fit here. Because we are not in the business of building small and average. We're in the business of building significant legacy home service empires. And that takes time. It can take years. We're in this for the long haul with people. It's not going to happen overnight, but that's our North Star. That's what we're working towards as entrepreneurs, is large, significant legacy businesses. And so that's that mindset. And I think the shiver, the idea of a group of sharks working together fits it perfectly. So
I love that. And now that you're here, now that you've formed the shiver, now that you've built this 8 or 9 figure franchisor business with multiple brands continuing to grow, what is, and Anthony wants to know, what's one of the biggest challenges that you've experienced from the franchisor level?
The biggest challenge that I've experienced from the franchisor level is finding the balance between supporting and empowering. And so, like, I've had this idea from a mentor of mine in franchising named Gary. He instilled it on me, like, look, like, if you go all in on your franchisees, it will always pay off. Just support them, go all in, do as much for them as you can. And then sometimes as a franchisor, we'll get that flipped. And if what you can do is you want to go all in on empowering them. And then you want to support them where you can. Ultimately, the best form of support for a franchisee is good systems that they can implement in their city. Right. And so that's the product of a franchise, is how many tools and resources can I get you so that you're as successful as possible? I'll do it all for you and run your business for you. And that can be convoluted in franchising sometimes. The difference between empowerment and support. And you want both, but you have to, like, empowerment is always the priority. And so like learning that balance, what's the right amount of support versus empowerment for a franchisee is really tricky. And I think it takes franchisors time to learn that and experience. But if you're going to err on giving your franchisees every stinking tool imaginable to build this type of business in their city. And so that's what I've come to realize. And I would say, like, even going into 2025 this year, we have been doubling down on, like, we want to give them the very best tools and resources and empower them.
That's so good.
Franchisee, because it's their business. It's not my business. It may be our brand, right? And they're in a licensing franchise agreement to use our brand and systems, but that is their business in their city. And we want to empower them to think like a true entrepreneur, a true business, a business mogul, a shark in their city, and just give them everything they need to be successful.
That's so good, because not every person is going to need the same kind of support. You have different people coming in at different places in life and different experiences and different skill sets, so it's going to need some different stuff. But still, at the end of the day, every person has to have, I imagine, that sense of drive, and you have to be, and time and willingness to go build this business, because you're investing into it, but it's your business. You're not. The absentee mindset does not typically fly, especially not in home services space, but in franchising in general. It's not what franchising is. It's your business that you're investing into, getting the right proven kind of system.
And if somebody has capital, they can hire a manager. They can be more part-time. That's fine. We have a bunch of franchisees that kept their W-2. We have a lot of franchisees that were already successful business people in other endeavors or other franchise brands, and they've added this on. So they're not full-time in the business. They might be part-time, but they're never absent-minded. And when you're absent-minded, you cannot run a successful business. You can't even buy stocks and be absent-minded or or own
Well, it's your money. I don't know why you would. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah. So then speak a little bit about that with your brands. Like what kind of owners then are you looking for? Does it change based on the brand? Like do you need some experience in some of these spaces, or just what kind of owners typically is Resi?
95% of our franchisees had no prior home service experience. So we're not looking
Across the board.
Yeah, across the board. I would say 95% had zero home service experience.
Okay.
I would say probably 70%, this is their first business that they've ever ran. So we're not looking for prior home service or business experience.
Okay.
I would say that the top things that I'm looking for is a hungry competitive spirit.
Yeah.
Sales background is nice to have, but some of our top franchisees did not have a sales background. So it's not a priority. What I would say is the priority is the cultural element of a hungry minded person who wants to build a home service empire that has the grit to stick it out. And that's hard to like write down on a resume, but it's like we have a series of calls that people go through to make sure that they're a culture fit. Like, are they going to fit within the shiver? Right.
Yeah, that's so good. And I remember when I was even there back in August, meeting with your co-owner or founder, Alan.
Yeah.
I remember talking about even like you mentioned the sales skill set. Like, yeah, that's highly beneficial in almost any business you're going to be in, to have the ability to talk to an individual and, you know, maybe see if it's a good fit and bring them to a place of closing the deal, right? That kind of thing. But even then, I remember Alan talking about how you guys have owners all the time that come in with, they don't have any experience in that. But because of the training and what you guys actually do to put them through, it's a skill set that's developed and learned across the board. And so, which is super, super awesome. Tell us about the brands a little bit. You know, you have, you started with that one painter. We know that, but give us a 30,000 foot view of each one, if you could, where you're at. Yeah.
So that one painter by territories sold is the largest franchise in the painting industry.
It's incredible. 2-3 years in, that's nuts.
Yeah. 3 years. And I still feel like we're just getting started. There's so much more opportunity. We're dreaming about going to Canada. We're dreaming about taking over California because it's pretty much untapped. So we have a lot of growth there. And that one painter is a special brand. It's our founding brand. Then we have Pinks. Pinks has blown up. We're well over 150 territories sold.
And Pinks is the window services,
cleaning,
right?
Yeah, window cleaning, exterior cleaning. We've added recently a pressure washing rig so they can do large commercial pressure washing as well.
Sweet.
So that is one location is kind of testing that, and then we'll roll that out to all the other locations this year. And then we have Garage Up, which is our second brand. I believe we're over 25 units now, and that's starting to pick up some pace and starting to move a lot quicker. We are the first ever to do everything from the door to the floor in a garage. So there's others that do epoxy floor or maybe some cabinetry and whatnot, but we do,
or just like the garage door, you know.
Yeah, you have garage door franchises, and so we do garage door repair. We do epoxy floors, cabinetry. But we do more than just this kind of typical, you know, install metal cabinets in the garage. We also do custom cabinetry. We do lighting. And so what I tell people is like, we're garage remodelers. We're garage renovators. There are franchise brands like, you know, maybe like Rebath or Kitchen Tune-Up, where they kind of remodeling companies focused on one portion of the home so that you can have a simple scalable system. That's what we are for the garage. Yeah. And so everything that touches that garage, we're capable of doing and making the most out of it. On the most unused square footage in the home is the garage, and we're going to make it now not that something that you're proud of instead of ashamed of. I think most people are kind of ashamed of their garage. And then we have Action Exteriors, which just started franchising, is roofing at its core, but we also do siding, windows, and gutters. Okay. And then we have Monty's, which we have one location, our corporate location. It's not franchising yet, but we'll be franchising later this year, which is Handyman Services.
And that's the hat right there. I see
that's a hat. Monty's is, you know, my last name Montgomery. So Monty's Handyman Services, passion project for me. First job was my house. So that's great. And it's but what we have with Monty's that's unique is it's your typical handyman company, but we also have a membership for home maintenance. And so you get reoccurring revenue along
Oh,
with your typical handyman one-off jobs. And so we do home maintenance as well.
interesting. So does that mean like the franchisee, or at least the workers, I don't know if they're contracted or employees, but however that works, but does that mean they go back like monthly to the home?
Every other month we go
Every
out
other
to the
month,
home. It's a subscription model, and we are doing some pretty cool stuff for this brand. So Monty's is going to have its own custom app where the homeowner, anytime they're like, oh man, this stupid drawer is broken, they can just add it to a punch list on their app. The water filter is out of salt, I'll add that to the list, and it's integrated with our CRM. So they have this beautiful app. They can punch in any punch list item, junk drawer item of work they want done. And the next time we're out there to do their regular maintenance, we can add blocked hours to take care of their other items. And it's all in the app. And then not only that, they can see the record of everything in their home that's been maintained, the last time the air filters were changed, the last time the batteries were changed. So we have a custom app that's coming out with it. Nobody's really seen it yet. It's still tested, but I think it's going to be something that's
game changing, and that's what I love about Resi. Is all the creative ways, the ingenuitive ways that you guys are changing the space. It's awesome. So tell me a little bit then about the support side across the board. Tell me about Resi Connect.
Yeah, so Resi Connect is our, you might call it a call center. We call it an appointment center. Okay. But we have now replaced most of it with AI. And so we are able to have some human support, but we basically can answer leads. We can call customers back, all of that for franchisees. And now most of it is AI. It's pretty phenomenal. Like, we're probably one of the first brands that's done it at this level. And I think that's going to be a huge, I said it about 8 months ago, because we're running a call center and I'm looking at what's happening in the world. And I go, you guys, every call center will be replaced with AI. Let's be on the front end of that. And so we found a partner that came in and built out an entire AI system for our call center, all custom. So it's not like it's not like an off the shelf. This is a completely custom AI solution for ResiBrands. Wow. And then we also have Resi digital and Resi marketing. We do a lot of our marketing stuff for franchisees. So
and tell me a little bit about that. How is Resi marketing different from just like the support that all franchisors give to franchisees?
Yeah, so we work with agencies for local PPC, but what we do is we do all the website SEO, digital. We do all the content creation. Our primary focus right now for what we do in marketing is to create household names. And so what you're going to see, and what our franchisees will see, is like That One Painter. We're writing more blogs than any painting company has ever written. We are creating more videos than any painting company has ever created. We are partnering with more influencers. We're partnering with some pretty cool influencers for Garage Up right now. We are going to,
and you're not just blowing smoke either, friends. Like, I work with a little over 350 different brands. I really don't know. I don't know another franchisor that's even close to the same level of what content and the quality of content that ResiBrands is continuing to put out.
Yeah, and that's our goal. And honestly, we're not even satisfied with the amount that we're putting out. We're not even satisfied. Like, we want to do more and do better. And the thing is, like, anybody can run your local ads, throw up an image of a before and after, put some ad dollars behind it on Facebook and Google, whatever. But what's hard to do is to build a nationally recognized name inside of home services. It's only been done a few times. Now it's been done plenty of times with retail and with restaurants, with franchise brands that everybody knows their name. It's very hard for your average consumer to tell you a national brand in home services that they recognize. You're gonna probably go maybe Orkin, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not that many. They're going to struggle to come up with 3. And our goal is that Resi and our brands are nationally known because they've seen it everywhere. Every time they Google, every time they're on social media, they're getting exposed to our brands. And that's our long-term vision as far as what we're going to do with marketing. It does not happen overnight, but that's what we want to achieve. And with That One Painter and Pinks, as many locations as we have, those brands, I really believe, like, That One Painter will be the first nationally recognized brand, and Pinks will be the first nationally recognized window cleaning brand. And so, which those two spaces have never had a nationally recognized brand, and that's our goal. So
yeah, right. It's just so much more difficult because you don't have a standalone location with a big sign and everything. You have some vans that go through the city, so it's just a little harder marketing wise to like build that brand. But you guys are doing it in such unique, creative ways. Like for one, like this new partnership with Cody Sanchez. Tell us how that came to be and a little bit about what that means for Resi.
So she had reached out to me to do like an email feature that she does on her newsletter.
Okay.
And so they wrote one of their emails that went out to their subscribers was called Franchise King, and it was about our story, and it did really well. So they reached out to us to do a video about Pinks. And so she came out to our offices, toured, and then ultimately went out with the Pinks guys and created a video. At the end of the day, after she was done filming, she texted me and said, "Hey, I love what you guys are doing. I love your partnership with Pinks. I love Resi. I want to talk partnership." And I was like,
wow.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
And so we didn't reach out to her. She reached out to us.
Yeah.
Obviously it's one of the things I get asked about the most is that partnership. And when I tell, because like other franchisors, other people, like, how do you get partnerships like that? Or how did you get John Maxwell? What I tell everyone is like, build something you're really proud of. Like, just focus on the product. Do your very best work. Make it awesome. Do excellent work. Build an amazing team. Go as far as you can with quality. And then people will pay attention. And what's funny is I found this clip, because I've been saying that for a while, but I found this clip of Steve Martin saying the same thing. He said comedians would ask him, "How did you get onto SNL? How did you get all these opportunities?" And he said, "Just be so good they can't ignore you."
Yeah. Wow.
And John Maxwell says, if you focus on quality, quantity will be demanded of you. And so, because he's like, people are always like, is it quality or quantity? Like, he's like, no, just quality. And then quantity is the demand. It's the result of quality. And so for me, it's like, and I don't want to ever lose that. Like I told some of my executives today, it's the start of a new year. I'm very happy with our work. I'm very grateful for all that we accomplished, but in no way am I satisfied. In no way am I satisfied that any single thing inside of our company is good enough.
I hear you. Yeah.
And none of us are good enough. We all have to keep getting better too.
Yep.
And that's that. If that, like, you can't lose sight of that drive for excellence and for growing and doing better.
Yeah, that's so good, man. And friends, if that resonates with you, man, I can't encourage you enough to really begin the conversation today. Like, this is the culture that they have built and they will continue to build upon. And if you relate to that, you want to be a part of that culture, then today is the day to begin that conversation, man. Steven, I want to be respectful of your time and our guest time as well. And so my last question for you really is, why should an elite entrepreneur, an empire builder, consider your brand over some of your competitors? Because there are competitors in this space, especially the home service space. There's a ton of them. And there are parent companies that own 10, 20 plus brands, and they're doing some pretty great stuff too. And so really tell me, why should an elite entrepreneur, empire builder consider ResiBrands or one of your brands over others in this space?
Yeah, I agree with you. There are some amazing competitors, and we have some competitors that I deeply respect. Like, if you look at what Neighborly has built, it's phenomenal. That being said, I think you get into all endeavors, not just based upon the value propositions, the item 19 or any of that. You get into these, because franchising is ultimately a partnership, and that's how it should be viewed.
Right.
You get into partnerships because you like the people, because you like the culture. And I think, they say, be careful who you get into bed with. Right. And so ultimately you should look at your options and then look at the people within those options. Who am I going to be working with? What are the founders like? What is the goal, the purpose, the vision of the brand and the community that I'll be in, and make your decision there, because franchising is a system. It's a playbook. It's a proven model, but it's also a partnership with the brand itself. And it's a community of like-minded owners building identical businesses in different cities. And so look at the people and the culture and just determine if it's a good fit for you. It might be, and it might not be, and that's okay. And I tell everybody, like, franchising is an amazing thing. It's not for everybody. ResiBrands is an amazing thing, and it's also not for everybody, and that's all right.
Yeah, that's 100%. That's so great. Well said, Steven. Thank you for that. And friends, if that's the case for you, if you're looking at this, you're like, man, I want to know if I maybe am a good fit for this culture. If it sounds awesome, it sounds fun, it sounds like they're doing great things. If this might work out for me, then I want to encourage you today to type Resi in the comments, or even if you're watching this later after the fact, you can still type Resi in the comments, and we'll reach out to you. We'll get a conversation going, and what we're going to start with, number one, is territory. First of all, is there territory available? Because then there's really no point in having a conversation. But really, we'll start there. But then we're going to see, we'll talk about who you are a little bit, kind of what the goals you're looking to achieve in the next few years. Some other things about, do you fit for Resi as well? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about, you're going to try to determine, are they a good fit for you and what you're trying to achieve? And they're going to try to do the same thing. They're going to try to determine, are you a good fit for them? And if that is, if that mutual agreement is there, that this is the right fit for both, and it's a beautiful thing. There's going to be a lot of success in your future, in their future, because of it. And so type Resi in the comments. We'll get a conversation going with y'all today. But Steven, man, I can't thank you enough for your time, your investment into this group. Truly. Friends, we'll be back again next week. Before we wrap up, though, I want to share with you something else that Resi does is pretty cool. Is this ResiCon? Their big conference every year that they put on, and I want to show you a recap of this past year. So check this out, friends. We'll see you next.
What if we build a company where we show up on time, we do exactly what we say we're going to do, and we have a fun brand that's tied to flipping the script on blue-collar services?
Franchising is the greatest distribution of wealth ever to exist. We really do believe that we are not successful unless you're successful.
Your ability to succeed will draw people that want to succeed to you.
Jeremiah is our first franchisee.
You have the opportunity to build a business for yourself. You can build the largest painting company, the largest garage renovation company, the largest window service company in your city. Who's with me? Our long-term vision is at least 10 brands and 1,000 very happy franchisees. We can build something truly amazing, and we can do it together.